my dear Sitecore family. Welcome back to yet another episode of the season 2 of Sitecore Tech Talks. You rightly see it, we have a new face today. It is Jignesh Patel. Jignesh is working here at Horizontal in the capacity of a senior lead, but his primary domain is quality assurance. And today he is going to share with us his overall experience from QA standpoint, and more so as an experience of a QA on a Sitecore CMS. We have worked together on a number of projects, so I've always seen him that enthusiastic kind of a guy, very passionate in his work, and a true consultant, making sure that not just the functionality of the websites are being checked, but eventually what it matters from the client's perspective of how the CMS is being used is also being discussed. So and again, I think he is the first one from the QA or a quality assurance perspective to be included on the show. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Varun.
Yeah, Jignesh. And well, let's just jump right into it. So for our viewers, if you can quickly share your overall experience and your professional journey, have you started, have you got onto Sitecore? I think it will be nice for the team to know.
Thank you, Varun. So myself Jignesh Patel, working as a senior QA lead in Horizontal. Total experience nearly about 18 years. In that 9+ years of experience in Sitecore specific. Before that I was in pure web application testing, not on specific to CMS or other. Actually, when I joined this company, that is the first time I came to know that CMS testing would be available in the market. I was not knowing that.
Right.
So when I joined, I literally feel that how it is possible to test the backend compared to the front end. So I got little confused there.
Right.
And people around me helped me to understand the situation. They give me the trainings, they give me the provided some materials to read it. So I gone through that and got the idea how it is.
Right.
And currently having experience working with XP, XM Cloud, and many other projects which I have worked upon. So
that particular, I think the switch technically that you're mentioning from a QA on web applications to QA on CMS driven web applications.
Yes.
What was the exact experience and what was the exact thoughts?
Okay. So the first thing which I came into my mind was I remembered one case when I wrote the test cases which given by one of the my manager. I wrote those test cases in a normal web application, but when I asked him to review it, it was totally scrap because I was not knowing about how to do that. And then they explained me the CMS part, and then I understood what things I have to test as a part of CMS. So I understood the backend. I have written the test cases from backend, front end, and maybe the mobile part of it. So those things I learned from the application.
So when you say a QA on a CMS based application, do you also mean that you would be kind of checking and testing the structure, the template structure in?
Yeah. So what I would say is, if I divide the testing into two parts, first is front end, second is back end. So back end, that is our CMS.
Right.
So in CMS, what we'll test? We test the templates, we test the fields, we test if the application is multi-site, we'll test the multiple sites. If it is in multiple versions or language version, we'll test the multiple versions. If we have forms, we'll test the forms. If we have an integration within the forms, if we have a custom forms, maybe Sitecore forms, whatever the case, use case which we have, we test those stuff. And when it comes to front end, we'll test the UI part of it. So in UI, we'll test the mobile and desktop obviously, but the is specific to UI, like compatibility testing. If you are testing the things on different browsers, different devices, different OS, so those kind of things we test as a part of UI. So yeah.
Sure. With an example, can you explain, like for example, let's say you are testing a banner component, right?
Okay.
So you of course test it in multiple browsers.
Yeah.
Like from a UI testing perspective or from a website testing perspective, all good. You test it in different breakpoints.
Breakpoints,
right?
yes.
So it would be a desktop or a laptop breakpoint, a tablet,
Yeah.
mobile. Basically, making sure it's responsive, doing the needful,
Yeah.
functionally what it needs to do, it is doing.
Yes.
But one thing that makes me more curious is how and what do you test from a backend perspective?
Okay. So backend specific, like if you mentioned about the hero banner component, so I'll consider that it has maybe 5 to 6 field, which is first is title, maybe description, image, maybe now the new culture is eyebrow text sometimes. So that is maybe CTAs, sometimes primary and secondary CTAs.
Correct.
In some cases, images plus videos. So those kind of scenarios.
Basically permutations
and combination. So in the backend side, so for example, you have a title. So we can use that title field as a maybe single line text field. Maybe description. It must be a RT field, not the title field, because that is obviously longer information is needed there. Third one is image. So image can be like any image you can upload from there. Maybe video, you can upload the YouTube or maybe the Vimeo, or maybe CTA. You can provide the primary or secondary CTA there. So we will test with all these scenarios in our test cases, writing these test cases in detail and test with different combination. Having banner image is there, video is not there. So those kind of permutation combination. Title is there, title is not there. Description is there, description is not there, and CTA, only one CTA is there. So those kind of scenario we will test.
So basically making those changes and checking that the website is not getting broken
yes.
if something is not there.
Yes.
Okay, makes a lot of sense, because then I think that kind of testing is absolutely important when it is CMS driven testing.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. So because you have worked in 9 years in Sitecore ecosystem, I am sure you would have experience working on the previous ones, which is SXA and MVC. So from a QA standpoint, does it really matter what paradigm or development technology is being applied?
Yeah, so again I'll divide that conversation into two parts. So first is UI and the second one is the backend. So for backend, I think 80 to 90% things are almost same. The 10% which varies is based on the which new terminology which SXA is using.
Okay, But
for a UI perspective, I think 95% things are similar, because the thing is maybe like technology front, if you are using, if application is front end heavy, in such cases UI testing can be little critical compared to normal. Otherwise both like kind of a similar things.
Yeah. So maybe again I could be wrong, but I feel that because with MVC we used to, sometimes we used to custom build variants, but SXA had the concept of variants, for example.
Yes.
Right. So how was that? My question is technically around how do you keep yourself updated and keep learning around the new things which are coming into the technology of Sitecore. Let's say when SXA came up, a couple of most important things which came up is a standardized IA, wherein you had home and presentation and everything divided there. You had Sitecore component variants were available out of the box. A lot of components were available, and when you kind of clone or build out components on SXA, you can again clone them, like create components, custom components, but also clone them. So were there any shifts from your side or learning curves from your side when such technology changes were coming in?
Yeah, so nothing major, but the thing is, first will, like in the QA process, the first step start from test plan, and second one is test cases. So test cases writing method is differentiated compared to previous one, because we are creating a variants.
Right.
So those variant test cases has to be written in such a manner that the layman can understand.
Right. So basically the plan remains the same,
Same,
but
yeah.
Eventually the nitty-gritties or the details into it would be changed.
Would be changed, because requirement always comes into the specific documents. We need to test that requirement with different combinations, whether it could be, because variant is normally decided by the teams. We need to use variant in such cases. So those kind of things, ideally we are as a team we are talking, but ultimately the no major changes at that specific place.
All right. So Jignesh, because I think one of your experiences also is about working on commerce domain.
Yes.
Right. So like a web application which is CMS driven, which also has commerce products included
Yes.
into it. How was that different from a usual web experience?
Okay, so again, the project which I have worked on was on the commerce, was very complex project. It has some other external integration as well. So first we need to, like, for understanding the commerce, we if we are specifically talk about the order cloud or maybe the specific commerce, I worked on both them platforms.
Yeah.
So if we talk about the commerce, in that basically the product journey we normally tested. So we had got the information from the Sitecore website where how to test those, how to understand the application. So we understand those documents first, taken the help from the internal team where we got trained, and then we as a team discussed or brainstormed and derived those test cases.
Right. So it definitely was a learning curve.
Yes.
Because another variable in the equation was involved.
Yes. But yeah, again, when it integrates with the web application, it creates it opens the door of doing the different kind of testing. So you integrate something, that integration should not break the existing working things. So those kind of things we need to test. And even if it is working on desktop, we need to check on different devices,
Correct.
tablets. So such kind of things we need to take care while doing the testings.
Right. So I think you have also been writing a number of blogs since some time. As a QA team member in the technology field, who is on maybe web applications, right? What would that person gain from your blog, or what would he really look at from your blogs?
So yeah, thanks Varun for bringing out that point. So I started maybe I think 6-7 months back for writing the blogs. So when I started at that time, I searched on the, like, there were no specific blog around for QA. So I got little hesitant while searching, like something information which was I was not getting from the website. So I got that idea from mind that I can write a blog on QA specific things. So that is the one place where I came.
So probably it was an inspiration.
Yeah, it was an inspiration, and within the team sometimes people ask that how would these specific things is happening. So at that time it again clicked my mind that I should write the blogs which will help to my team to understand the things very deeply.
And probably the experiences that your teammates are currently having here, probably similar experiences other QA team members might also have somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
And if there is not enough material from
QA vertical specific.
Yeah, from that, I would say that vision or that perspective, because I think if I'm a backend developer and I write something, my overall wordings, my overall terminologies and my perspective would be a backend specific perspective. Similarly, if a front end team member is doing the same, they will have a front end
flavor.
So I think I agree with you on that even I have not noticed many blogs from a QA standpoint into the industry, but glad that you took it up. I think what would also be interesting is to see if you can present somewhere on your experience on QA as a webinar. I think my overall thought process says this is a pretty inspiring journey which you have had, like 9 years into a into the world of CMS
Yeah.
and into Sitecore and also on different products of Sitecore. I think it is pretty inspiring. Any last minute thoughts? Any thoughts specific to the QA vertical who either are just starting off on Sitecore or those who would like to get started on Sitecore or would like to just check it out once?
Yeah, so so Varun, as you mentioned about the presentation which you just talked about, so I had one presentation in one of my in our group, but I am planning to do one more session where we can get the
presented one. Yeah.
Yes, I already. So, and I am planning for another session as well in future.
Yeah,
so, but
nice.
apart from this, the thing which you just mentioned about the last minute word is you just whatever the things which QA knows, we need to share it with the Sitecore community or other community, so they'll get to know what people are doing, they'll inspire themselves and they'll do something for the community, and that knowledge will be shown to everyone, and that will help the entire industry as well.
Very much, absolutely. Well, I think from my experience on working with Jignesh and overall from the standpoint of a QA, I have always felt that a QA is that particular person in the team who, so all others are technologists, but they look at it from a customer standpoint, how the experience would be for the end user,
yes,
as well as how the experience would be for the client users from a usability standpoint.
Yes.
And I feel sometimes we have had hard conversations, we have our fair share of those, but I think end of the day what our perspective was to deliver a better
great product and great application for the end user
and the client.
So
I always respect that, because end of the day we are working for the client and delivering a great experience, and with products that Sitecore provides, I think it becomes like step 1 and 2 are already done. So it becomes pretty easy for us to do that. Sure. Well, I think it was a great discussion with you, Jignesh. Thank you for being on the show again. And well, that was Jignesh for you. Hope you, if you are from a quality assurance background, well, hope you got some good insights out of this conversation. In any case, if you want to know more, feel free connecting with Jignesh. He's on LinkedIn, and he writes some really great blog articles on Sitecore from the perspective of a quality analyst, and I'm sure there will be a lot of golden nuggets that you'll find there. Well, with that, we'll end our episode today. Thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Cheers.